Hello ladies, today I'm going to do an ab track. I'm going to run my heart rate monitor so I can give you a rough idea of how many calories you'll burn. I've already ran through this once, but my battery died, so forgive me if I don't make it through the whole thing. I'll do my best. Alright, heart rate monitor is started. Coming on down. First movement is going to be a prone plank. You're going to place your hands underneath your hips. Legs are extended, upper body is lifted, and you're breathing. Belly button to your spine. I'm already shaking, that's not a good sign. I did the whole thing, and then when I went to turn it off, I couldn't turn it off. I realized my battery died. The higher your legs up, the easier this is. You can also drop your head. It's going to be about 11 minutes of abs. It's a long minute. Go ahead and bend your knees, placing your heels close to your booty. Fist distance between your chin and your chest. Hands are behind your head, and you're just going to lift straight up and lower down. Up and lower down. So this is your upper ab area. And down. If you find yourself pulling on your head, go ahead and cross your hands over your chest. I like to feel my abs working, so you'll notice that I tend to touch them a lot. I'm a toucher. Exhale up. So once you run through this program a few times and you want to start changing it up, you could do some isometric holds, holding it at the top of the contraction. You also could do some pulsing, so maybe up and then pulse 3 and then bring it down. Okay, we're going to move our feet out just a little bit more away from our booty. Again, hands behind head, fist distance between your chin and your chest. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. So you're just going to find that this is moving a little bit further down your ab wall. It's all one big muscle, so when you do your crunches, you really can't isolate just a section of the abs. They all work together, but you can increase the intensity in certain areas. So just like when we do like a bicep curl, if we do it with our palms facing up versus hammer curls versus biceps to the outside, you're always working the bicep, you're just hitting the muscle a little differently. And we know it's good to keep changing it up. Okay, move them out a little bit further. And up and down. So I'm feeling this getting closer to my lower ab area, kind of in that little pooch area I have. Again, that fist distance between my chin and my chest. I like to focus my eyes somewhere on the ceiling and then just keep them there. Helps keep my neck alignment. All right, you're going to leave your feet where they were, but bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop open. This is called a butterfly crunch. Same thing, straight up and down. So one of the issues I have when I work my abs is that I have overactive hip flexors. They run right here, the front of your hips. It comes from cycling, running, and sitting. It makes the hip flexors short. So I'm doing a little bit better since I've been focusing on my flexibility, but I still have an issue. And so if you tend to find that when you're doing your ab exercises, especially when you're lifting your legs, if you start to have tremendous burning right here in your hip area, that's your hip flexors. This movement takes the hip flexors out of play. All right, legs come all the way out. I like to cross one ankle over the other. And again, this takes the hip flexors out of play too. So we're going to go 30 seconds and then we'll switch up our ankles. Again, if you wanted to mix it up, you could pulse and then bring it down. You could just hold it up. So we're moving more into the lower ab area. Focus. And that's 30, so switch. You don't need to cross your ankles. I just find it more comfortable. You could have your feet side by side. I'm all about comfort. Hands are coming underneath your hips, palms facing down. Knees are in. Lift your upper body. Push out and in. I think I actually want to do it different. Just go out and in. So lifting your upper body when your knees come in. Blowing out. Again, if you want to make it easier, your legs will come up more towards the ceiling. So this is when your hip flexors will come into play. Hopefully I'll be able to make it through all without cramping up. Hands are staying underneath your hips. Legs are coming up. You can either do this with your upper body lifted or down. You're going to come down 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4. Again, if you can't keep the integrity in your low back, you're not going to come down this far. Maybe you'll stop here. If you have the strength, you're not going to come all the way down to the floor where you're resting on the floor. You can come just shy of the floor. And again, you can lift your upper body on this movement. Doing an isometric contraction with your upper abs. I got a little bit of tightness in my neck. I slept on the couch when Patrick was out of town. And I ended up with a kink in my neck. Not a good thing. All right, we're going to roll to our left butt cheek, right butt cheek. Try to keep your shoulders open, and we're just going to lift up and down, up and down. So this is going to work your obliques. I'm a little bloated having my cycle, but hopefully I'm not so bloated that you can't see my abs working. So right here, running up the side of your body, your oblique. Exhale, exhale. Hands can be behind your head if you want. Feeling my hip flexors too. Doesn't help to watch. It doesn't make you go any faster. Roll over to your left butt cheek. And left and lower, left and lower. Oh, I should have said, to make this a little easier to modify it, bend your knees. Working your right oblique. I have to look. 20 seconds. And one more exercise. If I can do it, you can do it. Lordy. Okay, we're going to finish up with our prone plank. So, hands are underneath the booties again. Legs out, belly button to your spine, and hold. Breathing, not holding your breath on this. See, I need a pedicure. Again, you can bring your neck down if you want. Totally up to you. I have to sneak a look at the time. All right, 20 seconds. I can do that. If you wanted to, you could do little circles with your legs in one direction and maybe in the other direction. Oh, thank you. Go ahead and stretch out. Pretend someone's grabbing a hold of your wrist and your ankles. Just lengthening your body. Ignore that beep. Go ahead and pull your knees to your chest. Curl yourself up into a ball. And then let's roll over to our bellies. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Just lift up your chin. Feel a stretch down the front of your body. If you want to come deeper into the stretch, you're going to come up to full cobra. Oh, that feels good. Breathing, relaxing, remembering that stretching is just as important as working the muscle. Come to all fours. Knees are underneath your hips, hands are underneath your shoulders. And we're just going to do a cat. So as if someone is poking you in the belly, drop your hips under, drop your head. And then arch up, saggy cow. Tilt your hips up, look up at the ceiling, squeeze your shoulder blades, drop your chest to the floor. And then back to cat stretch. This is a really good stretch to do throughout the day. In the morning when you wake up, before you go to bed. If you're sitting at a desk a lot, it's a good stretch. Just moves your spine through full range of motion, which is important. And last time, saggy cow. And then let's push ourselves to child's pose, dropping your hips back. Again, think of someone pulling on your wrist and pushing down on your hips so that you can really activate the stretch and get into it deeply. Nice deep breath. And then roll it up. So there you go. I hope you enjoy. And Julie, I hope you can get Tim to do the different exercises. Have a nice day, ladies.